Maybe my headband on, I feel like I don't know.
This is
Right. So for anyone who might be listening or not listening or maybe listening after, I just wanted to play a bit of Magenta and Laura Eisenhower with you, just a bit, because it's what I've been waffling on about anyway. Hi Effie and Critical Thinker. I need, how do I hire this? Hi Zell, hi Mark, hi Carol. I'm just messing with the thingy. So, some of you may have gone and listened to it, or may not have listened to it, or may not even want to listen to it, but I'm going to play it anyway because I think it's just a lot with what's going on right now. I've got my hair up so it's not annoying me, my fringe. You know, with the whole awakening, when people say, I've been awake for ages, I was awake to this, Q's a psyop, blah, 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 Trump's doing this, Trump's doing that, Trump's a bad person. It's like, it's all part of the, I would say, the light alliance, the good alliance, if you want to. Yeah, people are going about opposite sides and polarities, because yes, that is what's going on right now. But when they see that sort of stuff, as I keep saying, then they will come to out of polarity, two sides, and come into one. So I just want to play a bit of it with you. Great seeing you again. Yeah, it's good seeing you all again. I just couldn't stay away, could I? So I thought I'd just do it now while I'm listening to it still. But I just want to share a bit of it, not all of it, because you can go and check it out. But it's just a bit at the beginning and a bit in the middle of like what this whole thing is. And because of the, apparently, I've not been watching anything, but my sister sent me this. Now, what I was trying to say before about light medicine was, apparently, they've reported ozone therapy involves administering medical O3 directly into a person's tissue or bloodstream. Ozone has a long history of therapeutic use since its discovery in the mid 19th century. It has been used to disinfect drinking water. The first ozone generator capable of creating medical grade ozone was created by, guess who, in 1869 at 96 by Nikola Tesla. Well, Trump and the Nikola Tesla connection. Nikola Tesla, one of the fathers of electricity, this patented Tesla ozone company machine would double ozone through oils to make a therapeutic gel. Now, we could say the ozone layer, chemtrails, they were trying to poison us, but there are things that can heal us, as we know. And then into that went the whole thing of Trump, because I've not seen any of this, but I'm just reading out on the Trump Dispatch, is, well, we've all watched as the crazy liberal media do their best to make President Trump look a fool, as they do, because what a lot of people don't know is why Trump says certain things and it looks like he's stupid when we all know he's a genius. And if people don't know that, you really need to go and research. President Trump look a fool. Remember the fool in the tarot cards? Not the fool. Trump a fool during his whole, remember, he's trying to trap the mainstream media and to get them jumping on the bandwagon. During the whole Wuhan virus pandemic, every word he has said is twisted to fit their agenda. Of course it is. However, with each attempt, our president always turns the tables on them because he's a great chess player. Hi everybody in chat. The other day, everyone was convinced that President Trump had slipped up and said that it would be a good idea to ingest disinfectants. Now, we all know when it looks like he said something and it looks like he slipped up, it means look at something. So at that time, even this writer wondered why he would combine the idea of disinfectants with light therapy in the same question. Now, I don't know if you remember, I was saying a few weeks ago, get out in the sunshine. The sun is a natural disinfectant. It is a natural disinfectant. That's why a lot of people put the crystals out in the sun. You put your washing out in the sun to dry, but obviously when it's in the sun, it's a natural disinfectant. So this has all come out, talking about this a few weeks ago before I even knew about this. Disinfectants with the light therapy in the same question. Then he went on to ask if it was possible to insert or inject them into the body. This is where the media doctors and even the manufacturer of Lysol or something lost their collective minds. How could the President of the United States tell someone to ingest disinfectants? Oh my God, people are going to die. I'm not looking in chat right now. However, it appears the media was played again. Of course they're played because Trump goes after him all the time. However, it appears the media was played again. In his normal covert way, President Trump has forced the world to learn of a groundbreaking technology. That's why he says certain things, so people are getting in their head, oh, there's a groundbreaking technology. Like a lot of us have been saying, there's loads of tech that we've got healing, and we don't need to use the big farmers of what they do. So he's forcing it out there for people to learn that we have got groundbreaking technology developed by AYTU, Bioscience and Cedars Sanya, I don't even know what this, that destroys this and other deadly viruses without the need to get Bill Gates's dangerous vaccine. Well, all day, every day, don't want that. So I'm just saying, when you really learn what's going on with the whole Trump and the Q thing and how to read what he's saying, when people start fearing, going, oh my God, I can't believe he's just said digest disinfectants. That's because you're not looking at certain stuff. So let's go on to Magenta Pixie and Laura Eisenhower. I just love how it's all coming together. I'm not even looking at stuff and it's all coming together. We've been talking about light language. Where is it? Most of you that come on my channel, you know I was saying this ages ago, a lot of us have, we know that the sun is it's a disinfectant. That's why I said, this lockdown, and we've had really good sun in the UK for this time of year, even weeks ago. Most people are out walking or sat in the garden. They're saying, we want you to stay in. You can only exercise once the sunshine. Get out in the sunshine. Light, Medicine of the Future. This is an old book. But everything works off light. So that makes sense to me as a natural, God-given, source-given, universe-given thing that heals us. And that's why everyone feels better in the sunlight when you're drinking in the sun, let's say. So what you all saying in chat before I play, I was an atheist and I have facial machine. It has frequency ones, ultraviolet after extension. Sunrise and sunset. Yeah, that's why, a lot of people meditate at that time in the morning and sitting in the sun later on. Hi, Tree Hugger Dave Maloney. And that's why I need to get in a routine of getting up more for the sunset. Doing all that sort of good stuff, because I think that's when it's strongest. But we all know we've got therapeutic technologies out there that Tesla knew about and a lot of others did, that side have kept for themselves and didn't want it out the people because they want us all on Big Pharma. Can't think why. Bill Gates. It's all to do with this, and it's all to do with depopulation, as a lot of us know. So anyway, I'm going to play a bit of Laura Eisenhower and the lovely Magenta Pixie, and I've got her books. I've got 2 of her books. I've got, let me go and get you them. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, you don't need to read books, you don't need to do that, because we all know innately. Yeah, but it's good because some books, I believe, activate you. Hi, Miss Chime. Hi, Miss Chime. Hi, Dolly, been in chat a while. Hope everything is good. Yeah, everything's good. Still positive. I got the Infinite Helix and the Emerald Flame. This is brilliant. It's just a channel transmissions, and then I also got Divine Architecture and the Starseed template, which looks a bit like a star colours that someone put up the other day. Someone was showing me. But I got them, and I don't, hi, 200. I don't believe that when people say, oh, you don't need to be looking at this, you don't need to be reading that. I think things set you off, and sometimes it'll match up where it just gives you that sort of validation. Not that we need validation, but it just gives you that validation of, yeah, I thought it was that. I you know, and I like reading books anyway, and it's what resonates with you at the, you know, at the end of the day. Now, just a bit messed up right now. Catch you all later. Oh, bye, Mark. So yeah, I'm just going to play a bit of Magenta Pixie and just go through it. But I did get their Magenta Pixie books that I got this week that I ordered a couple of weeks ago. You know, because something to read while we're all in lockdown as well. So let's play it. Big love to all the silent mages and anons. Thank you, Alfie. Yes, well, you know, there's still a lot of people out there who'll go, it's not real, Q's it's a psyop, it's a psyop, and I've still got people saying that it's like it's not a psyop. It's a cult, it's the only cult that woke people up. I will validate again to make, well, is that the wrong word? Q's a tool that's waking people up. Trump wakes people up by chucking stuff out there and people get triggered and then they want to look on it. It's showing what the mainstream media is. It's showing that there actually is something, and he puts it out there and mainstream media fall into the trap, and then they report on it, they jump on it, saying that it looks stupid, saying, and then everyone wants to go and look at it. Well, this is what Magenta Pixie and Laura Eisenhower say. This is what I've been saying for ages. I've never fell off the plan. It doesn't matter if I go quiet with Q. I know this thing's happening, and I know within myself beyond that is a much bigger thing, but Q was needed just to wake people up, like people have needed to wake up. People have been waking up forever, but there's a time, and it's here. This isn't going to go on forever. People waking up, it just goes on and on into infinity. No, I don't believe that. Anyway, I'll just show you a bit of artwork before I play it, because there's something that I want to do. I did yesterday, got inspired, and I think I'm going to put it on a canvas, like I did one of my other canvases. Let's see, what have I been doing? They are saying Trump is on the ropes. I don't know what that means. And if it's mainstream media saying anything, I don't take no bloody notice. I don't know what I showed you last. There was this one that just came in my head. I don't know if it was a dream or so. I visualised something in the morning. Olympic ceremony has, yeah. Hi, all research med beds coming in the near future. Yeah, someone else just mentioned that before. Is that like med beds as in a meditation thing, or medical beds that you're lying in it? There's loads of stuff. I can't wait. Probably looks like them pods, you know, in like bloody sci-fi films where you lie in and it heals your body. We know we've got all that stuff. So there was this picture of a being, and then there was fish. I mean, I'm a Pisces, but I see that as the waters above and the waters below, and then people, because we're waking up to certain stuff. Like I said, I get stuff through pictures, not through words. That's why a lot of people out there think I'm talking through code. Yeah, I do sometimes, because especially when I'm talking about Q, because you'll only get that if you're actually on Q. But hang on a minute. One momento. Just a bit about my work that I'm doing at the minute. So that was that picture. Then there was this picture as a doodle, and I think Rachel asked for a print book. I'm going to do this neater because it wasn't literally a doodle, but it was a nice doodle. I'd quite like this on a t-shirt. I don't know if some people, because I was saying to someone the other day, like, I like it in black and white where you have a bit of colour. I like some of them when they're all in colour, and I like some of them when they're half and half. So I don't know what people think. Do people prefer, I do like just the black and white as well. Do people prefer the black and white, or would you prefer, if I did prints of stuff, if they were black and white, and then if you wanted colour, I could do colour as well. Because there's ones like this where there's just a bit of colour. And this one says, a different state of consciousness is love. I'll show you. Like this one I did about Easter is just a little bit of colour, but I just love it like that. It's pen work, it's biro, and just a bit of colour. Yeah, oranges, yeah, definitely. Sometimes I like them in colour, not in colour. Like, do you remember this one? I haven't finished it off yet, but like this one's just black and white. This one's not finished, but the black and white ones. I'm a plain person. Black and white stands. Yeah, so I was thinking of doing stuff where if I did prints or even canvases or bigger prints of these, some of them can be in black and white. And then, like the colouring book thing, I think I'll be doing the colouring book, but I've got to get a lot of pictures together where there's a colouring book and you can colour them in and they look different. There might be some that I just do black and white, print them off, and there might be some that I do in colour for people who like colour. Whatever. And one of the pictures that I'm doing that I'm thinking of putting on canvas that just popped into my head yesterday in the garden was this. And it's going to be a bit 70s, I think 70s. Peace and love. It's going to be colourful, I think, but it's not done yet. So it's going to say peace and love. She's going to have colour in her hair, things going on. It might be a mixed media one, but this was just the example, just the outline of something I'm doing. So you can't see it yet, but I think we're very pretty. It might look really nice on a canvas. So I'm thinking of doing a canvas and then selling some canvases. And I do think if I can get some prints on t-shirts with sayings on, if we have like a lot of loving, positive vibe t-shirts with my designs on, I also think that will be a good thing. Don't know what you're all thinking, but I do. I think we need a lot of words resonating and codes on t-shirts with my artwork and saying, so I can do man's t-shirts as well with lots of different like spiritual nice designs. Don't know what the frig I'm doing yet with that, but I'm definitely looking into it because it has pushed me a bit forward to get this out with what I believe are new ways coming, and we need new techniques and things of always pumping out a positive vibe with stuff. So yeah, I think that would be a good idea. Yeah, pre-order. I'll pre-order the t-shirt. Yeah, when I get that going and see how much that will cost and everything, and get like, you know, a decent material as well, not just cheap. And then seeing if I can get my designs on certain things so you can walk around with a good vibing message on your t-shirt. But I do think some of my designs would look nice on t-shirts, pictures, whatever. And I get a lot of creativeness coming in, and I need to get it out of my system. I know I've been saying this for ages, but I guess with all this, what's happened with the lockdown and other positive support I'm getting, it's really good. I was doing a drawing the other day. Someone asked me to do something and I just did it dead quick, and I was like, it just came out. It's cute. This little masculine and divine. When you put them two together, it's a Merkaba. You know, when someone's really seeing someone, or I'm seeing you, you're seeing me, you're seeing it in someone's soul. That's what I say the one eye stands for, your pineal gland, your mind's eye, not the Illuminati. Because my sister went, Janine, oh, it's the Illuminati sign. I went, haha, yeah, they do steal it. But we're talking about your mind's eye, where you go. For the peace is within. The peace is within. Hi Dolly, battery low, we'll watch on TV. Ah, so let's go into a bit of Magenta Pixie because I don't want to be here long. I just want to put out there what I've been saying, and now Magenta's been talking a lot about Q lately, and so has Laura Eisenhower. You know, there's still people out there who still think it's part of that side, but it's like I said, it's a tool to help people wake up. That's all it is, to go forth past that, because there's more past that to get past all of the awakening and what comes next. So, I feel really weird because I've not got my earrings in. Talking about earrings, just before we get onto it, I'll put some of my earrings that I've just made. Let me show you for those people who are interested. I actually took a pair of earrings out yesterday, and I don't know where they are, and I really wanted to show you them. They're like triangles pointing down, but these are a pair I made. Can't show you them because I don't know where they are. I haven't got my bracelets on, so I'm going to put them on because I always wear my bracelets. I feel bare when I've not got my jewellery on. So, before I show you the video, manifestation meditations, yay. Miss China, someone using your name. Dolly, you make me smile. I'm going to be making some ankle bracelets as well. I'm just putting all my jewellery back on. Got rather loaded bangles on. It's a nice noise. There's a little wooden one. Right, I feel normal now. I was thinking something's missing. It was my earrings. I always like wearing earrings. So before we get on, I just want to show you what I have been making. This could be a pendant, which I could make into a pendant, but it's going to be a set of earrings. Don't know if you can see it, but it's all wire work done by me, and it's got an elephant in the middle. So these are going to be some nice little earrings. They're on here. I tried to show these before, so we've got this set. They're all glass and metal, there's no plastic. There's shiny bits in, there's dragonflies and little glass flowers, little crystal beads. There's these ones, these are long ones. These ones that I've got a pair of. These little shells with mermaids on. And like I said, this elephant one that's not finished off. And there's another pair that are, I don't know where they are, pointing down triangles with gemstones on. They always have like gemstones on, or wood beads or glass beads. No plastic. I don't do plastic or anything like that because I don't think so. So yeah, just thought I'd show you. And then obviously I've got all my bracelets on. So, oh, and the rings as well. I'm going to be doing some of these because they are very pretty. It's got a moonstone crystal on here. One crystal, elephant. I like shaky things, so them as well. Yeah, so these will all be coming. So let's get back to the, I'm going to be showing you more on YouTube as a little bit of an online shop, so you can actually see online on YouTube. I think that's a nice way to do it. And to all the people that go, what are you selling yourself for? Why would I not? Why would I not? Right, why would I want anyone else to do it when I can do it myself? Right, so let's go to the video. And this was just brilliant because this is what I've been saying myself. And sometimes it's easier when you listen to someone else and you're like, this is what I was trying to explain. Right, Magenta Pixie, you definitely need to start your own. Yeah, we've got a name. I've got a name that I've had for a bit. I just need to get that off the ground because it's a really funny name and I don't want to tell you what it is yet. I think it's hilarious. It's really good. It's a cute name, but I'll let you know. So let's go to Magenta Pixie. And I want to do men's jewellery as well. So, you know, there's a bit for you all. Right. Magenta Pixie, Laura Eisenhower.
Really strongly this morning, and that's why it's so wonderful to talk about this. We are going to end up controlled and a slave race, and these are...
Right.
Shall I start?
So I'm not going to show you the picture, we're just going to listen to it. Thank you, Anthony.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
As I was saying to you just now, before we started recording, I'm surrounded with people that are really struggling at the moment. Strong 1 minute,
Thank you, Effie.
coping, and then absolutely falling apart. 1 minute knowing that everything is going to be okay. That the
See, there's a lot of people knowing that everything's going to be okay. I've seen this myself, and then they've fell off, and they've got in fear again, which is, yeah, I haven't done that myself. I've just been like, just staying, you know.
light will prevail and that we will be moving forward into this beautiful ascension timeline. And the next minute, it's kind of like a despair, like, what are we fighting for? We don't have a hope. We can't possibly
Go with the flow.
succeed. We are going to end up controlled and
See, we can't possibly succeed. We're going to end up a slave race. That's funny. We've already been a slave race. You know, we possibly can't win. We possibly can't. I keep saying, I don't see that. There's good people out there. Why would you want to think that way? That's the way it always has been. Bit of change going on.
slave race. And these are spiritually aware people, newly awakened individuals, and people who aren't awake at all going through this kind of seesaw. Are you seeing the same thing?
Effie's put the link in chat, and Effie, this was an awesome discussion. It was, and don't you think, and yeah, we will win, exactly, the heavens, the macro and the micro. This is what I've been trying to say to people. And when things are linking up with Laura Eisenhower, Magenta Pixie, that I've been shouting out for ages, and when I first came across Magenta Pixie, I didn't get a lot of what she was talking about a couple of years ago, and other people, and then I'm like, oh my God, then I'm starting to experience things. I'm like, oh my God, though it's beyond that. Everyone thinks it's political when it's not, because these people who say it's not, it is political. Then you're looking at this, are the people that don't research. Yeah, they know certain stuff, but they don't research behind it all, and it's more to do with something more beautiful. But this was a really good discussion. Make Earth love again. Yes, good morning. And as it said on my cup, make Earth great again. It was where we go one, we go all. Let me go and get it. Funnily enough, it's got this plant in it because I need to put it out in the garden, so let's just have a look. It was, because it's broken, where we go one, we go all, Q, make the earth great again. It starts with America, free America, watch America, and watch it flow all over the world. America first and then the world, which is what I've been waffling on about for ages. Trump said it, Q said it. That's why we all look at America. People in the UK don't get it, a lot of people. Magenta Pixie says it in this video about the UK. This is what I've been saying. Why are you looking at America? It's nothing to do with our country. What goes on in America flows right over here and then right over to the EU. So yeah, you should be looking over there. So let's go through it.
Yes, yes. And I woke up feeling that really strongly this morning. And that's why it's so wonderful to talk about this, because it is just, I mean, we're just being yanked. And, you know, but we have to almost look at it like we are breaking a relationship with a narcissist. You know, I mean, we might feel controlled and manipulated by a person in our life. And it might feel like, you know, we might never be able to, you know, get away from them. But this is so catalytic to calling in higher abilities that we're not so used to. And so it's really almost a lack of faith in ourselves and what can come through at this time. And I think, you know, it almost breaks a person's confidence because we just aren't so familiar with that part of ourselves that can, you know, conquer, you know, dark forces through, you know, being a better person and doing, you know, the inner work versus going out and battling it and pulling out a weapon and you know, trying to destroy it through the mentality of war. And we just can't. We have to do the alchemy
Is
and
it your birthday,
transformation
Paul?
work.
Happy birthday,
Yeah.
it is.
And that gives people who are awake and aware, knowledgeable, spiritually aware, it gives them a little bit of an edge, more of a tool to be able to deal with things. It's really difficult for those who are not there. I mean, what I'm hearing from my sort of people I call my 3D friends is, when are we going back to normal? You know, how much longer
I don't want to go
before
back to normal.
we're all back to normal? And they are truly expecting everything, you know, to go back to how it was. And of course, we know, everyone on our side of things, we know it's not going back to normal. It's going to remain this way in a clamping down and a releasing, giving us a bit more freedom and then clamping down again. And then we have all of the other stuff that's going on, because we've got this darker faction and this light faction working with two completely different agendas at the same time. And only when you're awake can you actually see that going on and see that playing out.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I mean, there's so many layers to it. And just the fake news.
Exactly, Miss Chime. The only faith I have is in the good heart of all humans. Exactly, because when they go back to heart, they go back to love. A lot of people, they make out, they've tried to make people so narcissistic. There's so many narcissistic people out there, men and women. And that's what social media have tried to do. But there's so many beautiful souls out there. Even if we've been through bits and bobs, everyone has, no one's perfect. We're perfectly imperfect. Is that right? Perfectly imperfect. There's so many beautiful people out there, but they've not been the ones that are at the top. But now, because people are beginning to see things, those people are coming out more and more with the lockdown. People being creative, people caring for others. That good-natured side is coming out when the chips are down. I've said that before. Not all people, but the majority of people. There are idiots out there that are me, but I even think some of them are looking. It's all in our hearts. We weren't born hatred. We weren't born narcissistic. It was projected on us with certain things that we watch, mainstream media, certain things that are put out there to make us that way. I've always said when a child is born, they don't see colour, they're not racist, they don't like a black and a white child will play with each other, will get on. The only time that is put on a child is at certain ages through a parent, through maybe their parents' parents, through what they were watching or what they were told was different or right or wrong. Doesn't matter what colour skin you've got, doesn't matter what hairstyle you've got, it doesn't matter about anything. It's all to do with in here. I just say skin colour to me is, you live in a hotter country, you might have a darker skin. And so what? You know, we're all the same at the end of the day. We all bleed red at the end of the day. We are all one. We're all the hues, human beings. We're all different colours of the rainbow. From darker to the lightest, it's a hue of colours, because it'd be pretty boring if we were all the same. A hue of colours, because we are human. Hues of the rainbow. Different colours. Beautiful. source, universe, creator, God, whatever you want to call it, wanted to experience everything in every way possible. Why be one? I mean, did you want something to be, you know, one colour, only into one thing, just one thing that was going about, experience the same thing? No, we all had to be different. We're all unique. There's no one like you. There's no one like me. But it's all about coming into heart and being the best, beautiful, divine being that you can be. And that's what a lot of people are realising now. Yes, we get triggered. That's fine. Keep saying, you just get back on it again. Anyway, I'm getting distracted.
The facades have been something that we've, all been, people are, waking up to, false flags, which doesn't mean that there aren't victims, but it's where we're being presented.
Yes, make the earth love again. Exactly. We are all matter, or so we all matter. Yeah, the individual details are the imperfections that make. Yeah, it's always the labels, the details. Oh, you're this, this, and this because you're this, this, and this. It's like they're just the labels they put on people to try and separate, divide, and conquer. We're all uniting right now, and they're not liking it.
A story or a reality that isn't the.
And I just want to say as well, make Earth great again, is y'all are the best. I love my awake fellow souls. So do I, because everyone's coming to, it's a soul tribe. People getting each other. Might not come through it the same way. Like I said, there might be people that don't agree with Q and Trump, but it's all the same thing that's trying to happen with this great awakening, to get people to wake up. But there's something beyond that.
Reality that we've been given. And it's so hard to operate under that level of deception. It's such a huge betrayal to
the Don. I think power's a drug to them because they want to see themselves as higher than anyone else, different levels. We're all at the same level. It looks like levels at some time with what's going on right now when we say people are sleeping, people that we're not. We're just trying to move people. But those on that side, oh yeah, they love all that.
Have a world where the power structures and the leadership in the world, has been manipulated by this, shadow force. And so seeing such a shift in the administration, at least here in the United States.
Thank you, Candy Cane. I don't know what with Dolly showed me the light. Thank you.
And a lot of exposure.
Yes, make Earth love again. It's the ego, the false ego with them lot that loves the power. That's like, to me, the little demon that sits on the shoulder, the little entity, the false ego. That's like me. What about you get more enjoyment out when you're doing stuff for others as well as, yes, there's you looking after you. There's also service to others. Their service to thyself, not to others.
Of, human trafficking, SRA, all these things that are helping, people to see through even the facades of Hollywood. It's creating a massive identity crisis because people were looking up to those things and emulating those things. And we were taught that is something to strive for.
Looking up to celebrities, striving to be really rich, because that's what the social media put out there. Oh, striving to be this, like the false people, the false light, looking at the stars, not them stars, the celebrities, striving for this, what, riches of untold, what are you going to do with all that? Yes, it's nice to be comfortable. And if you had money, you could help others, because that's what a lot of us would do. These people don't. They act like they do, but they don't. They act like they do on camera. But striving for what? To be like someone else? Do you not want to be your unique own little uniqueness of yourself? No one out there like you. But that's why they put stuff out there for the young to follow, especially to be, I'm chasing this, I'm chasing that dream. Is it your dream or is it their dream they want you to chase? It's their dream, and then they want you to get you there, and that's how they trap you.
That level of success or fame or things that are very much the superficial facades. And so it just feels like, a tremendous identity crisis. But then, yes, being able to see through, layer upon layer of, these different factions.
That's why now it's so important that we're breaking our false ego down, bringing it into balance, because you want to be your true, authentic self. There's people out there wanting to be somebody else, wanting to do that thing. What about you? What have you always wanted to be? What have you wanted to look like? How have you wanted to dress? Are you just doing something because you don't want people to laugh at you? Or you've always wanted to dress a certain way, or like wear your hair a certain way, but you're worried about what other people will think because it doesn't look professional or it's not in alignment with other people. What about alignment with you? How have you always wanted to portray yourself? Because what it's about at the end of the day, hi Ricardo, what it's about at the end of the day, and I had a discussion with someone this other day, and I've always said that anyway, when you die, when you pass over, and we don't truly die, we pass over in another form of energy, but when this, like Yoda says, this crude matter, but we are luminous light beings, when you pass over, how do you want people to remember you as? An asshole, you know, someone who was just really, really not a nice person, because you won't be remembered for that, or you'll be remembered for all the horrible stuff you did, and no one will be really that interested. They're probably only going to your funeral because they've got free drinks and a meal. Wouldn't you want to be remembered for bringing the light, being a happy, joyful person, and helping people, and people talking about how, not in a big-headed way, just, oh, what a nice person they were, you know, it helped me do this, and don't you want to be that sort of a person in this world? Don't you want people celebrate and be happy when you pass of the beautifulness that you brought here on earth? Because that resonance of that vibration, I'm getting tingles in the head, will stay forever. The other stuff's normally forgotten about when you've been a bad person, let's say, just to put it out there in an example. You will always be remembered and live on in that energy of that beautiful person you was, and how many hearts you touched, and sometimes you don't even know you're doing it. You don't even know you're doing it, but we do pass on into another form of energy after that. We don't really go, yeah, legends don't do it. And I don't believe personally, I don't believe we truly go. We pass over to the other side of a different form of energy, just not this. We don't take this physical body with us. So hi Kath, good morning from Long Island. Hi. So how do you want to be remembered? Being a shite ass, or someone who's good, who was trying to work on themselves, doesn't mean that you haven't done things in the past or said things that might have hurt people. You're working on yourself all the time, and it was just a beautiful remembrance of your life and how the beautiful things, you know, the more and more people you touch, the more and more that energy stays, and the more and more people you touch, as in happiness and joyful, and getting and people want to be like that. That's a domino effect, and this is how we get all this ball rolling with people coming from the heart, people being authentic, and people truly living in that love light sort of way. It's not all about bowing down. People think, oh, it's this, that, and the other. No, just being a good person and showing that you can sit in holding space for people. And you know what I'm going on about, getting distracted again.
Battling each other. I think people just don't know what to hang on to and what to trust. And then we see,
I've battled people on here, I've got triggered on here, I still get triggered, but that's part of being human as well. But we're merging that together. It's like, I've battled. We all do it when we first wake up, or people think you're battling. It's not necessarily battling. Sometimes it's just, they've just put it in such a good way on here that you'll totally understand it.
you know, obviously, yeah, what are your thoughts? You know, when all these posts that, it's like literally Trump can just say one thing.
Yeah, what you put out comes back. I'm a totally big believer in that. What you put out comes back. So maybe if you're having a shit time, you should really think about what you're pumping out to the universe and the people around you. Look at that energy and then start changing it. There's no such thing as someone can't change. Yes, you can. The most evilest people can change if they want to. It's a choice. It's not looking at something you did in the past going, well, I can't because people are not going to like it. Well, I watched the last Star Wars the other night because I forgot I hadn't seen it. Well, he changed at the end. I mean, yeah, he went at the end. Sorry if you hadn't seen it. But at the end of the day, chose to do it. Chose to think, oh my God, what am I doing? Look at yourself. The whole thing with Star Wars, the last one at the end, sorry to wreck anybody if you've not seen it, was Rey and what's his face, can't remember, was the dark and the light. Obviously, he had black on, she had white on. They came together. He realised at the last time, like, oh shit, what am I doing? I've been fighting all this all the time with her, the feminine. What's going on? Realises at the last minute, you know, oh, we're supposed to be working together. How much power? How stronger? That's just like what's going on with the world right now. Stronger together, divided
And then
we
people
fall.
are in hysteria about it, but nobody's in hysteria about, you know, these dark agendas we've been trying to call out for a long time. So it's just amazing to me how much people are still really owned by whatever narrative is trying to be steered. But yeah, it's amazing to see so many break away from it. But you know, why are people horrified by somebody or maybe somebody who's looking out for us saying something perhaps out of context? The hysteria that creates. But yet it's taken years and years and years to help people wrap their head around, pedophilia and like extreme crimes against humanity. And so I just think it's so traumatic and creating such a big identity crisis and I know you've been talking a lot about, it's so much for people to believe. And that cracking of that old world.
See, that's that thing that I just said. Say, for example, the Q stuff. Oh, I don't want to look at it. Yeah, I've been in my garden. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to know that it's real or to think, well, it is. Get over it. It's been happening. But people don't want to be broken out of the bubble. Well, you have to be broken out of the old system, the old world order, the bubble, to come into something new. New looks scary. I've said this before. It looks so scary because it's not coming in the way we thought. It's not. We are the gift, we live in the present. Yeah, we are the gift, we live in the present. Yes, we're the ones we've been waiting for. Trump and Q's not a saviour. There's loads of channels that keep going on about that because they're regurgitating what other people are saying. Nobody said that. I never said that. When we collect bits of this information to just see, it's not to keep looking, keeping it. It's like, all right, now what do we do with solutions? What do we do with solutions? I keep saying that. What do we do? What do we bring in? More of, they've said it on air and I've been saying it for ages, more holistic medicine, ways of doing stuff, beautiful creative people bringing beautiful new creative medicine in, natural stuff. It doesn't mean we can't have technology that goes with it. We can. I do believe that's what was it called? Atlantis had. We had all that stuff. It's not old stuff, nothing new under the sun. But, for instance, me with my bringing the designs that I bring in, I think they're beautiful. I think other people bring it. It's a natural thing. It's not mass made. It's made from the heart. My stuff's made from the heart. It takes me a long time. I love it. So I know other people love it. But that stuff that people are actually doing jobs and things with new solutions, with actually something that they actually love and they're not being forced to do, or just because it's a job that they have to have and they actually hate doing it. All this stuff that's going to come from a heart place where when people are buying your wares or don't even have to be people making stuff, creativity is everywhere. New buildings, new companies, that everything. It's a creative place we live in. Some people think it's just like, oh, if you're drawing a pen. No, everything, but new beautiful ways of, same page. So you know what I'm talking about.
Is cracking a huge part of a person's persona that it's a massive growth period, but it's absolutely destabilizing. I mean, so how are you sort of like managing your energy? I mean, because what I'm
right now talking to you lot, I just feel very, I'm getting an excited thing bubbling up in me again. Probably because I'm talking about creating. I'm like, whoo. Yeah, Miss Chime, did you know the WHO have said that vitamin C in turmeric are not some... Well, when they say it's not, I do the complete opposite.
Struggling with at times is the empathic overload, feeling too much, but being able to see through it as well. I mean, what are you kind of dealing with your, like, yeah.
Yeah, I would say the same thing because you've got the...
See, I had this with feeling too much. I do feel a lot, but that's a good thing as well. But I do feel a lot. I'm a Pisces. I do. I think that's why I used to get in trouble a bit ago where I'd get so mad at people because I'm like, we need to save the world, and do people not like just wake up and I'm getting so upset with that, running off with my emotions, even though your emotions are good and you can go through them because they'll try and make out there that you're not supposed to feel. Yes, we are. It's just you don't stay in it for ages. You do something about it after you've gone through it.
Human aspect that's feeling everything. But when you have the bird's eye view into multiple dimensions and you are seeing different timelines at the same time, and yet your emotions are working with the third dimension, and obviously you're concerned about the people around you, that is a difficult thing to deal with. And I think all the way...
And I think that thing with seeing people around you in the 3D and you want them to wake up, I've just realised now I can't. That is not my job. I thought it was my job. In a way, I know I've woke a few people up because you've told me, but it's not my job. I can only talk about what I talk about now. Like I've always said, whatever it is, and you that like to come and sit and chat, it's brilliant because I see the vibe tribe, but I can't. And even if I do, it's their job to go through their journey the way they know how and what they're doing and how they're experiencing things, because everything's to do with experiences. Like, you'll get a lot of people in the head a lot who'll say, I want facts, I want this, that and the other. Some things can't be seen. The stuff past all this, in the other realm, I call it past the veil, energies and stuff like that, you can't always see it. Yeah, we know we've seen orbs and stuff like that, and I see them anyway, and I get tingles on the head and tingles in my fingers, and I am testing things out with people that I know, where I can run my hand not on the back, say for example, if that's the back, my fingers start tingling, I can feel the energy, and they can feel it on them too, a bit like Reiki or whatever you call it. So I'm messing about with things and seeing what things work. So I know there's certain things that are real, just because your eyes don't see it, but your senses will pick up on it if you're tuning in to yourself. If you're going within and you're doing the work, you will start seeing. So the people who say they can't see it, it's not because they're wrong. Hopefully they'll come to it at time. They go to into the brain, like, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. It's like, well, once you start having an experience with something and you start opening up and surrendering, this is why I said yesterday with the cards with surrender, it was nothing to do with a surrender into the dark side or surrender into getting vaccine. No, that's what that person thought it was. It's nothing to do with that. It's surrendering to, we don't know nothing, but we do, but we don't. If you get what I'm saying. But when you surrender and stop going in that mindset of, I want to know the facts and the thing, just surrender and go with it and see what you're picking up and keep working at it. If anyone gets what I'm saying, you've got to surrender and go within. Yeah, this is my practice, no more traditional. Exactly, we're deprogramming ourselves, and it's hard because you'll go back to things like, I'm not on coffee anymore. It took me weeks to get off coffee. I'm not on meat. I've not been on meat for ages. It doesn't bother me. In this lockdown, I've been eating less. I've lost a bit of weight, actually. Some people are putting it on. I'm losing it. I've not been that interested. Coffee, I've come off it now. I've got a tea here. I did call it a coffee chat just because I like coffee chat. This is a tea. I've not even got sugar in today. That's another thing I'm trying to get off too much of. Not saying you can't enjoy things, you can. It's all about balance. But there's certain things I'd fight with, like certain things, and I'd be like, oh, I didn't even like coffee. Well, I did like coffee, but I've never really drank it. But I do it in my own time. It's not like one day I'm on coffee, one day I'm not. It was like it took me a little bit, and then I just wasn't bothered. We're deprogramming ourselves from all the programming from our parents, and it's not their fault because it was their parents of the parents' parents, from the TV and all the stuff, all the programming from school. That's why I'm glad kids haven't been in school at the minute. All that stuff, we're all just having a break, if you think about it, in the lockdown, of programming from work systems, programming from school systems, just the whole programming. People think the kids are going to forget what they've learned when they go back to school. He did a bit of stuff and I've just left him to do what he wants. They're not going to forget. Once you know something, once you know how to add up to a certain number, or you know how to draw, it doesn't go away. It's there. You know, you don't learn a word and then, oh my God, you've been off for so many weeks and all of a sudden you forget these words you've done. No, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. What if my weight loss triggers others to tell me I need to eat? I do also like to tell me I need to eat meat. Oh, they like to tell you everything. And I mean, it's not for people to say, you know, you don't have to not eat meat. But I think there's a lot of people out there that know it's in balance with everything that goes on with the food industry. And I'm not here to talk about that. But, you know, there is too much on the animals. And it is a fact that the way they're reared. Sorry to people who eat meat, but it's true. It's just about balance. We're too greedy these days. You know, even if you eat more veg and you eat a bit of meat, it's all like in balance. Yeah, I got a peppermint tea the other day. My God, it's so strong, but it's really nice. I have cacao. I can never say it. I'm going to have some in a bit. Cacao. Why can I never say it? Cacao with slices of orange in it. Oh my God, it's so nice. Yeah, so anyway, I've got distracted again.
Showers and light workers are dealing with that at the moment. Also, I think pretty much every starseed has an issue at the moment with someone they know that they love, either a family member or a friend, that isn't able.
And what's so great is my dad woke me up, but he's not awake to some of the other stuff. My sister's awake and knows about the other stuff. My mum's started waking up and telling her friends around where she lives, and they're all older and they don't understand it. But my mother of all people, that mother shit, I'm the one who was like, she's even questioning things now. So I know there's something going on. And me and my sister are discussing things, and even my sister's like, I keep trying to put things on Facebook, but people keep trying to argue about it, and they just won't look at this. I said, and this is what it's like, but you will get past that, and then just get on with your own thing, because you'll just realise People are all beginning to wake up.
To take on board anything they're saying. And I'm seeing a lot of spiritually
tea,
aware
yeah.
people desperately now trying to wake the others up because they've known for so long there's this thing that's going to happen, and when it happens, we need to wake everyone up as quickly as possible. That's been programmed into us. That's a program.
That is programmed. When I first woke up, I was like, oh my God, the whole world needs to know. I need to tell everyone. Everyone thought I was batshit crazy, and I didn't really get anywhere with it. It's just people trying to fight. But now with what's going on, take a sit. You're sitting back now and you're like, don't even have to do anything. They're actually waking up. My God. Beautiful thing to see.
And that's a good program. It's a
Yeah.
mission. It's a divine code that we came in with. So the minute it's like pandemic or lockdown, it's a trigger. It's a trigger for the aware individuals, and their memory comes up, and
Liberation
instantly,
Earth
I need to wake
is-
people up. And so off they go. And I'm seeing spiritually aware friends completely drained by spending all day long arguing with, say, two people on a Facebook chat that are never going to.
I've done it. I'll hold my hands up. I've had arguments with people on Facebook, and it is draining because it's that energy sucking van. Even on both sides. Both sides.
Or I'm not going to say never, but it certainly doesn't look as though they're going to crack because they're desperately clinging on to that false narrative. They don't want it to not be true.
What's that, Miss Chime? Yeah, because I've got the book on the acidic. Is it alkaline and... Is it that one? Why do I always get it wrong? Are we supposed to be more alkaline? Acidic? Alkaline? Acidic? Alkaline. Yeah, foods to create an alkaline environment. So, what did you just say then? A good test to see how acidic you are. Half a lemon juice and water. Drink, swirl it on your tongue. Bad respecting when you know you need to take more until the bitter taste goes. I don't get what do you mean. Drink it, put it on your tongue and it does what? I drink lemon juice in the morning sometimes. I squeeze it and just have a bit of lemon. Yeah, alkaline. Yeah, what do you mean, Miss Chime? What did you mean with the lemon though? What if you go, oh, it's too... Because I quite like it. Oh, reaction. What, as in, oh my God, that's too bitter, would say you too what? Acidic, is that what you're saying? I just go, it's quite nice. What's the thing at the top of the bookcase? Metal with holes in it. Metal. Oh, this? It's not. It's a light, and it's a little blackboard with lights on it. So if I want to do a show, I can write on it. You know, put the lights on. Yes. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a good one. Because I thought I'd be a bit like, oh my God, lemon. But I was like, quite like this. Quite nice. I just drink a little bit of it. Slice of lemon in thirds and pour hot water over it. Drink straight vitamin C. Yeah, I need to do that more in the morning instead of like first thing cup of tea, first thing hot water with vitamin C. Yeah, because I was saying to someone the other day, lemons. Are we supposed to drink them anyway? Because you've got lemons on here, but you'd think that was acidic, but we're supposed to be alkaline, but it's a natural one, isn't it? Like, that's where I get confused. Yeah? No? Yeah, it takes time, yeah. If anyone gets what I'm saying, because obviously the lemons are on here. Apple cider vinegar. I have drank apple cider vinegar in a shot. I have got some in my cupboard. I keep forgetting, but I don't mind it. I don't like wine that much, but because it's little and I can drink it in a shot, it's fine because it's just like, that's okay. That's okay. Vitamin D is good too. Yeah, vitamin D. I've got limes as well because I've been doing lime juice, but and you probably have to have a few, but I just have one. I got myself a little lemon squeezer the other day. I've got a jug full of lemons and limes. Yes, it makes our body alkaline. What the lemons do. Good. Because I was trying to explain to someone the other day and they were like, oh, be careful because it's acidic. And I was like, lemons are the best. They are acidic outside the body. However, when you... Thank you. I knew there was something in it. Anyway, let me get on with this. But thank you. I knew there was something in it. because you think of acidic, but not in our body. And the fruit anyway, so they're from the earth.
So that's really difficult.
I think we'll do a chat on this. I haven't read the whole book. I'm not saying I'm doing it all. I'm just saying I try bits, blah, 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 blah. But I think we'll have a chat on this stuff so people can see in chat, because there's some people that don't know about it. But I know we're supposed to be more alkaline than... Because apparently meat's supposed to be acidic. Meat. Or probably with what's put in meat these days. And a lot of people are meat eaters. Just saying. So, yeah.
And I think what we have to realise is to get the balance between... Yes, we came in with that code, we came in with that trigger, and it is about waking people up.
Let's see my reaction now. Hang on a minute. So...
Waking people up, but to actually spend all day...
I ordered a lemon squeeze that squeezes into thing, and then I just got one of these the other day because it didn't come. So, lemon. A raw, yeah, I've got raw apples. I think I've got, hi Marie, I think I've got raw apple cider vinegar in the cupboard. I'm trying, you know, this is the things when people are trying to do certain stuff, you know, they're trying to break the programming. I need a glass. I haven't even got a glass, so I've squirted it out. And I've just knocked half of it over, but never mind. Yeah, I've got this apple cider vinegar, raw apple cider taste test. Right, this is only a little bit. Lemon. It's not even, it's weird. It's not even like, you'd think you'd be like, but it's not. It's like, ooh, give me lemons and I'll make lemonade out of it all day long. So nice. So that was lemon. Let's do the... I haven't had this for a while. Might look disgusting to people, but obviously I wouldn't have a glass full. I'd have a little shot. Don't know what everyone else does, but it does remind me of wine. But apple cider vinegar, great for feet soak and hair. Yeah, I use it for hair as well. Mixing with baking soda for it. Then you are not too acidic. Oh, that's good then. But I do hate the smell of this, so... yeah, I used to rinse it through my hair, and I can rinse it through my dreads. So... that's actually changed. It's a bit like... but I do like vinegary taste anyway. That tastes better than I remember. Yeah, so I stink of lemons now, and I'll be drinking this vinegar. So I do have the stuff, you know. I get people saying, oh, walk the walk and talk the talk. Oh, yeah, I've got it. That was nice. I must remember to do more lemon in the morning with hot water. Trying to do the stuff, trying to work with it, trying to bring these new programs in. So, yeah. Yeah, it does soften hair. Dang, how do you do that with the... honest to God, Effie, try it. It's not... you don't... it's nice. It's nice. Oh, I have a plum tree and a pear trees. What can I do there? Jam. Jam, 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 jam. So, let's see. Hang on a minute. So, apple cider vinegar makes you feel warm inside. Yeah, it does. I just feel warm now having it. It's like, put some honey in it so it's tarty. What, in the vinegar? Anyway, I've gone off subject again. Anyway.
Becoming drained ourselves on someone or a group of people that aren't ready to take that step. I think we also need to look at this presentation that I've been calling, and many others have been calling, the
I have gone dead warm. It's gone dead warm. I've gone dead warm, like calming feeling in my tummy.
two world split or the bifurcation of realities, because what I'm seeing forming now is this group of people who refuse to let go of their paradigm, the false narrative, and then all of those that are completely centered in the truth of reality. And even in that group, there are multiple levels to that truth, and there's infighting going on there as well. But it's predominantly a two-world split, with some people awakening and moving from one camp to another or one world to another. I think we have to take that on board, as well as realizing, yes, our job is to wake people up, but it's got to be in a way that is planting seeds, maybe just one link. Or I've said to some of my spiritual friends, write your status on your social media and then back off. And no matter what comment you get, even if you've got 1,000 comments, don't reply to any of them. Because it's a shame, because when people are lovely and say, I completely agree, you can send a little love heart, or you could say to those people, you know, thank you, yes, me too. But when somebody comes in with a challenge, that's what's going to drain you, because they are seeing you as threatening them. And I don't think that there's many light workers, and some of the friends that I connect with, I don't think they seem to realize that from their perspective, they are helping people. And I don't think that they realize that their perspective is that they are threatening them. From their point of view, it's, why are you coming at me with all this conspiracy stuff? You are threatening what I know to be true, which is a safe, organized reality. And what's so difficult is we have this going on in families.
Yeah.
So we have to learn when to sort of move in with the triggers and the seeds, and when to move out of the debates and the continual trying to wake people up. We have to know when somebody is genuinely asking a question, I'm actually really interested in this stuff. Can you help me? Absolutely go in and help that person. Absolutely comment. But when somebody comes in with a, right, Laura, so you said this, go on then, what about that? Where's your proof? That's a challenge. That's not someone who wants to learn. That's someone who's wanting to ridicule you and prove you wrong so that they can go away and think, thank goodness my reality is still okay, because that person threatened it. So we've got to understand that this is playing out. And I see that
Bags,
getting
if anyone's
worse before it
interested,
gets
get on the
better.
Instagram, Dolly Daydream,
Do you see
and
that
message
as well?
me if anyone is
To me,
interested.
there's a bit of a withdrawal. You know, what people are letting go of negative attachments. They don't realize it. And so there is a fear in stepping into their true power. And
Just while you're listening, I'm showing you some are not finished. I've got to get them finished off this week. I know I've been saying this for ages, but if I get them out where I can see them, I'm going to finish them.
they've been operating under a sort of social engineered narrative. And it's going to be
Needs of
diverse.
eyebrow doing and
Because the whole idea is that we're going to be conquered and divided. So they're not trying for us all to be the same, but they just don't want us to get along. And so what I sense is our energies are vital. Yeah, if we're starting to get drained, if somebody's trying to engage us in something, they might unconsciously be feeding some sort of archon that wants to create this
You want a
conflict.
bag? Get it
Because the
outside.
ownership over the mind has been the biggest issue, and even the ego and who we think we are and what our self-worth is made of has been very much conditioned into us. And so, you know, it's almost like the earth is crumbling beneath us, and right as we're about to sink and crumble ourselves, we're given
Another
our
one
wings.
that
And
needs
we have a choice
finishing.
right now as the world is sort of crumbling. You know, what is the next response? Like, what is the instinctual thing that we can do? Oh, we actually
This
have wings?
one's
Oh
not
my gosh, we
finished
haven't
yet.
flown for a long time. We're actually sovereign. We're actually free. The cages are actually opening and we're realizing this dark authority has been on the planet, you know, trying to, you know, steer things, you know, lift.
Yeah, if you want to know anything about my art or my bags that are coming up, and I'm going to start throwing stuff up soon. I know I've been saying this for ages, but I have been totally distracted with stuff on YouTube, and this is where I know I know I keep saying this, but if you're interested, go and find me, Dolly Daydream, on Instagram, and you can message me on there if you've seen anything you like, because these bags will be going up for sale. I've had these for a long time, and they just need finishing off with certain touches. Some are drawn, some are stitched, depending on what they've got on them, depends on the price, which ones took the longest. The drawn ones are the cheaper ones, but some of them are, just for people who don't know, hand painted like this one, the mermaid, with a key ring on it. These are hand painted, hand stitched. All the black outline is hand stitched, and this has got material on it. So these are the ones that take the longest. So there's different price ranges, but if you are interested, find me on Dolly Daydream on Instagram and just message me on there. Say who you are and you've seen me off my channel, and I will know. But I will be doing jewellery and stuff, and I'm hoping to put some stuff together for festivals for the future, because we're not always going to be in lockdown. Have to go. Yeah, thank you, Miss Chime. So I was just showing you why you're just sort of
The
listening.
curtain and seeing
I'm going soon.
behind the facade, like all these crimes against humanity. I mean, this is where we have to make
They're
an
all for
agreement to
sale.
not be in relationship or have any attachment to that world anymore, and begin to build the new ones, the new world, and inspire people to join in. And so
I don't listen to them all the time, but I do know about 10717. Oh yes, I do. I know about all the QE stuff and who we believe that might be and what channels he's been on, and I've just not been watching a lot, but yes I do. Yeah, because remember, all right, your Instagram here in New York is under Janine Flannery. Right, it's under Janine Flannery, but you'll see Dolly Daydream. But yeah, it's under Janine Flannery because that is my name. My YouTube name's Dolly Daydream. So check out, if you do put Dolly Daydream in, it comes up Janine Flannery. That's me. You know, 107 maybe. I'm going to get some ink. This needs to be printed out because people have asked for the print, and it was just, if you don't know, it was just a random picture I quickly did. It's got watermarks on it, you know, it's not perfect, but it was a quick sketch I did with a little bit of paint, for those who know, of JFK Jr. doing the salute, and I did it in 2018 just thinking about him, and I loved it that much. I just stuck it in a frame, and in a white frame it looks very clean and very cute. So yeah, I always pull that out. I love it, I love it, I love it. Look pretty cute on mugs as well. Oh yes, the John John.
instead of the debater being drained, I'm starting to feel better about just directing my energy into just the new world that we're building.
The
and
new
what it
world
means
that we're
to have
building.
wings and what it means to get used to that, what it means to be authentic with each other and not hold each other to the old model of
Right, this is a bit I wanted everyone to hear what Laura Eisenhower was saying, because this is how I feel. Just rewind a bit.
wing. So instead of the debater being drained, I'm starting to feel better
Because I think Laura's done that. We'll debate sometimes and you get drained and then you realise, and then we go to the whole thisness.
about just directing my energy into just the new world that we're building and what it means to have wings and what it means to get used to that, what it means to be authentic with each other.
What it means to have wings. We're not talking about we've got wings. We're talking about when we've got wings to fly, to rise above it, or to rise above, wings.
And not hold each other to the old model of, what we've been taught to, want to see, the heroes, the rescuers, but then they're the ones that are, getting battled. So if we can just go deeper to a deeper layer of, we're all traumatized to a certain degree. We're all rehabilitating out of this old world. How can we come together with compassion and support? Can somebody challenge somebody's information, but coming from a place of loving?
Yeah, ascension, we all call it different words. And it's like, in this lockdown, things are breaking down. Things are falling away, but that's the whole breakdown of the old way, the old world order, the programming, everything.
Curiosity instead of, belittling. I mean, it's just, we're breaking a very superficial personality matrix distortion of mind control and how the school systems, religions, and politics have, really kept us in this thing. And if we can just see each other more as a family and reach a little bit deeper and appreciate, the greater intention, we can get to know each other more instead of have the information be a barrier between one another. Like
People not getting to want to know each other because, oh, you're into this and you're into that, and that means you're this and that, when actually it doesn't. When you get to know people, I know people that aren't definitely into certain stuff and do question a certain stuff, like, why do you think that? But they're still beautiful people.
how can we build unity consciousness and break through the battle of information and disinformation and who's right, who's wrong, and what
It
opinion
was good, wasn't it?
we should adopt. I mean, if we can allow diversity and allow everybody to sort of be more where they're at, then we can really focus on building, the heart connections. And the information is not going to be
You can be who you want to be and do what you want to do, but in the whole thing of love, and as long as you're not hurting anyone else.
big of a deal because we're all just kind of trying to sort it out. But I think the most important thing is leadership of the heart, and this is what you do so beautifully. The integrity, the support for one another, going deeper than this ego conflict. Because as we move into greater strands of DNA, it's not like these weapons are going to keep us from being able to do it. It's our mental body and our resistance. Because those frequencies are strong, yes, we still can push the envelope. Like if they want to keep us just locked into, a system of control, then we have to say, I'm going to live on a deeper level. I'm living from my soul. I'm living from my heart. I'm connected to nature. I'm seeing through people's programming and reach.
Remember, it's a spiritual war we've been in.
That person and making a connection and just building the love, because it's like that old world will collapse because it's false and artificial and it's mimicking and it's a false design. So what is authentic is always in there, ready to emerge. And so lots is crumbling. We're in this huge growth period and a death rebirth cycle. But the only thing that can really emerge when the ego goes through a death is the soul. And then the ego can say, okay, now I know myself and I can stand up for that deeper part of me and represent that in life. And if everybody took that step, we wouldn't be battling each other over the information because there wouldn't be that insecurity, because we wouldn't be holding on to the false system, because, so it's almost like a puberty we're going through as a humanity, moving away from, abusive parents and finding our true source again. And anyway.
Yeah, Effie, I've noticed my family say love you a lot more now. Yeah, because they've realised what, when the chips are down, as I like to say, like what's important. And that's one of the most beautiful things I think is going on in this whole lockdown anyway. People are realising when you're not chasing certain stuff and stuff's going on, what's important.
So what are your thoughts?
I think the wings metaphor is absolutely.
See, it's a metaphor. That's the word that I keep always get mixed up. When we say certain things, people think you're talking in code and you're talking metaphors, because some of the Bible's in metaphors. A lot of things are in metaphors, pictures. That's why I do things out of visions. It's people like, oh my God, you think you're getting wings and flying? It's like, yeah, flying above the bullshit.
Perfect. And especially as people, that's what they're doing. Like, oh, I have wings. Oh, I can fly. I don't know what to do with them. I think that's a perfect metaphor. I think also what's happening is you've got spiritually aware individuals who are fully aware of this plan. They've known for years. They have an open-hearted.
And I know this, the people that came in my life, when I started talking about certain stuff, they've been awake for years, but then they're seeing the unravelling of us all, and then now I'm seeing the unravelling of the other ones, the other wavers that are waking up now. My sister's one of them.
Center, they've been working with fifth dimensional energy. And I think some of those individuals are sailing through this by doing exactly what you just said and going to that deeper level. And yes,
And also, the lovely Fifth World put something up today, and I had to comment on it. She put this picture. might trigger some people, and it says, Trump, Jesus, I think I'm getting the blind to see. And then Jesus is there and he said, Don, I also healed the blind. Biblical. And it's a Q map. So we know Fifth World's on it as well, and she knew it's on the Q map. So this is off the Q map. Yeah, getting the blind to see. Jesus, if he was a person, whatever, whatever. Was and look at the number I took at the time. Oh my God, I didn't even notice. I took this picture, screenshot it, and it's 33. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Where is it? 33. Christ consciousness. That's what we're all going to. Christ consciousness is love. I can't even believe that. I took it at 33. Thumbs up. Getting the blind to see. That's what we've been doing. We're trying to get the people to wake up because they're blinded by mainstream media and all that stuff that goes along with it. So that was pretty funny to me. Jesus, I think I'm getting the blind to see. Jesus says, Don, I also healed the blind. And then we went back to sleep for a little bit, didn't we? So I'm just finding it amazing. When I do go on YouTube, because I haven't been on for a bit and I'm looking, I'm like, yeah, not even looked and it's still all falling into place for people, especially the people I've been watching and didn't make that much sense a few years ago. Full circle, back round, totally making sense, totally on board with, like I say, Laura Eisenhower, and especially Magenta Pixie talking a lot about Q and Trump and saying now they are working for the good side, if that's what people, if you want to say that. It's not the be all and end all of everything. We are the saviours, we are the ones we've been waiting for, but I just find it beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Some people don't see it like that, but it's a mindset, isn't it?
Download a free audiobook.
We're not downloading an audiobook. Go away. And then they put all this advertising on. That's a load of twaddle to get you all paying money to somewhere.
So therefore, we go deeper, and that forceful control is actually triggering an awakening in those people to the next level. But I think some individuals, when the power structure steps forward with this false, I am powerful and you are not, and when one is thinking in a third dimensional sense and thinking, well, I'm nobody, I'm just a normal person, and this person is a celebrity or a politician or some famous scientist, or so they have this sort of authority figure that can then take them back into that place where they feel small and powerless. And what seems to be happening to many people that I'm aware of, I'm getting inundated with emails and messages about the same thing. And that's the vaccines, the forced vaccines and
as well,
the microchip.
And it just went down when I pointed to
bring
it.
that in is really causing a lot of fear, especially in women, I'm seeing, because, as you say, we're all traumatized in some way. And the male patriarchy coming in to control that feminine and those wings that we wish to be free with.
Yes, the Hindus say it's a new yuga. Yeah, in every religion they have something. You know what I mean? It's all there. Indian culture's very beautiful as well.
Coming in with forced vaccines is causing fear in the women. It's causing anger in the men because they want to stand up and be protective of their own bodies and of the people that they love. And I'm being asked the same question over and over again. How are we going to be safe from the vaccines? My answer to those people is always the vaccination of all of humanity on a mass scale is their agenda, it is their plan, and it is their intention, and they are coming at that with everything they have.
Bill Gates.
But that does not mean that agenda or intent is going to work. So I did have a friend ask me earlier, when you do your podcast later, please, can you ask about the vaccine issue? So that's what I would say. The agenda is there for sure, and they are coming at it pretty forcefully. Does that mean it's going to work? Are we literally seeing a reality where every human being on this planet is vaccinated or microchipped? I mean, can we see that reality? I can't. What about you?
Nope. I don't think they planned to have as much exposed as there has been. I mean, Bill Gates can't put a post on Twitter without 100 comments being very, very much in his face about.
Because people are researching them now. As soon as that goes up, something goes up. People know all around the world. They're not having it. They're not having it.
How, we didn't vote you into office. Who the heck are you? And very much about, the sort of rant I had in that video. People are getting horrified. And this is part of the awakening process is how do we, waking up through adversity, through having almost everything that matters being taken away from us. That level of threat needs to be a catalyst for our awakening and our ability to stand up together. The fear part of it is what they're relying on to harvest in order to, keep us weakened. And so, we're in a sort of a frequency battle between, these forces on the planet
Frequency
of
battle.
something causing so much fear that is leveraging that fear, or where there's going to be tactics in order to control maybe the mayhem that.
Remember one of Q's posts that's gone up recently of an old post is the corn has been harvested.
Come from those that want to protest or refuse it. But I can't see it happening because too much has been exposed. They always have had this plan. They weren't going to give up on their agenda. But did they plan on the wiki?
They always had a plan. And that's why people moan about, it always has been since day dot. But they didn't know that, I think they did know there was a time when we were all going to wake up, because there was always going to be a time that we always woke up. And this is it. There's still stuff coming, but it's not called a Great Awakening for nothing, is it?
WikiLeaks, did they plan on Weinstein and Epstein being a doorway into seeing the depravity and corruption that exists in the entertainment industries and things connected to the Clinton Foundation?
Every industry has been broken into. Like she says, Weinstein, you've got the Bill Gates is the big pharma, all the different things. People go on again, why has it not come out quick enough? What do you know how big it is? People go, yeah, we know about this, and this. Well, when the Alliance had to go for it, it's like, how do you, 33 again, I bet it goes down as soon as I mention it. 33 in chat again. Christ consciousness is here. See, got up to 34. Every time I mention it, it moves up or down. Just saying.
And all these different people coming forward who have been trafficked or abused as children. I don't think that they planned that would all come out of the bag. And so I feel like the tidal wave of that purging and people like stepping it up and removing their power that they've given away to these things.
This time now was a flood of information. It's a flood. People think when you say flood, it's a tsunami. No, it was the floodgates, because we have mentioned that before, are being opened. They did a picture of where is it in America with the big dam. We didn't mean they might want to do something with that. We mean once the information has been put out there, and then floodgates have been opened. What's happening, especially when big things. There's some more stuff to come out. You can't shut them floodgates when all that water's coming through. That water's too strong. Watch the water, people. It's the age of information. We never had this time where the information was so strong that you could get into it, because way back, you couldn't get as much information. People say, it's only because we've got this information and people put this out and this out. It's like, yeah, but that doesn't mean there isn't real information out there. Once you can go and research yourself, you can look at the information. Back in the day, you couldn't. Someone would go, that's not true. They'd shut you up. You couldn't really look anywhere. Then the internet came along. Age of information. Q said they won't be able to walk down, and I've said that before. Q said they won't be able to walk down the streets because these people, once people know, these people go to prison. They go to prison. The people in prison aren't really going to like them either, especially the ones who are messing with the kids and all the stuff that they've done. They're not really going to have a life in there. They come out, they're not going to have a life out here either, because they won't be able to walk down the streets. Either way, you ain't going to be living your life in any nice way, shape or form. Some might choose to take their own, because they know this. They know this. It's all there.
To return it to the self, for us all to unite and just, take a stand. They probably have a strategy for how they're going to.
The people going about Trump, someone had to come up in the political arena. It's nothing to do with politics. Nothing to do, like I said, you go back in time and see what Trump was saying about someone needed to come in to sort America out. Like they said on here, they'll get to in a minute before I go. You have to look at America, because what happens in America happens all over the world. Make America great again, make the world great again. Trump has actually said that in the past. Power back to the people. Power back to the people.
Deal with that. But I firmly know that level of abuse, there has to, and we talked about this before, there has to be some sort of consent. So if they get everybody in fear to the point where we don't think that we can stop this, then we might willingly accept. And that would be the danger. So, I mean, and we don't want to exhaust ourselves through battling. So we also want to learn about herbs and nutrition, because nature is made of things that can counteract everything. Vaccines, chemtrails, I mean.
Yeah, it's funny that, isn't it ironic that the other flight began with water in the time of Pisces, and we're going into the time of Aquarius, which is water again, and it's information, air sign. Oh, and it's funny how I just think Pisces, I'm a Pisces.
We need to get so wise and intelligent about true medicine, true alchemy and healing, that worst case scenario, if they...
That's the biggest thing, wise with alchemy and holistic stuff and all that, alchemy, transformation within, all that stuff, which I see a lot of people going into certain areas now because they try to shut people that down. You look back in the past, they've tried to kill people off with that, and that's a
tie
fact.
us down and stick these things in our arms that, you know, we are well prepared, and we have the things in our medicine cabinet to take away the negative effects. And I also know an awakened...
Exactly, it make the earth great again. How else can you change things through the lens of the political? They made it, we have to break it, exactly. And he's classed as the fool, he's classed as this, he came along and starts changing it, and they can't stand it.
person cannot be mind controlled. You can put all sorts of weaponry. Once a person reaches a frequency of true awakening consciousness,
Can't mind control.
that is an override frequency to all these lower things. So you can't control a person who's already awake. The ones that I think are vulnerable are the ones that have never explored the self, have never reached a level of awareness, have never seen the miracle of like healing the body just with the hands or with doing the inner work. They haven't explored what else is available enough to maybe know how to do that. And so regardless of what happens, we'll always override.
I pulled the Fool card out of my tarot deck the other day, and I said, people think the Fool is a fool. The Fool's the start of the journey. You think he's a fool, but he's not a fool. He's the one that takes the first step. They called him a fool. The Fool card's not the Fool card, is it? So yeah, spot on.
These assaults with a higher frequency, a better way, more heart expansion, and we will neutralize these weapons as they come in. But I do feel like before that happens, that agenda will be wiped out, because the numbers are growing as far as people being able to see through everything. But
They are
do you
growing.
feel sometimes like it's...
You don't even have to be on cue. They are growing day by day. People are looking, and I know this because I get messages of everyone I know about, my sister and her friends and friends of friends. It's happening. It's happening.
race against time, you know, like you can...
I do, especially with the UK, because what I'm seeing is we have the America, and we've got this sort of
Now, at the beginning of when I got on cue, going on and banging on about more than I ever did when I was first on it, everyone said, what are you looking at America for? What are you looking at America for? What are you looking at America for? Why am I looking at America? Listen to what Magenta Pixie says. She knows why. She knows why. I knew why. Last beacon of hope over there.
tight matrix control, if you like, going across the planet. And when you look at America,
She's talking about the UK not getting it.
and you're looking at the Trump team, I don't mean necessarily the Trump administration. I mean the Trump team, the light workers around him, the white hats and the alliance, whatever you want to call them. It's almost like around that structure, Trump team structure, we've had the matrix that tightly controls
Ricardo.
everything there has been sort of clipped away. So there's like a little light portal around the Trump team of like freedom, and it's clipping away more and more each day. Then when I look at the rest of the planet,
Prayed
there
on
are
every day.
individuals that also hold that light structure, so that matrix isn't around them. But when you look at countries, when I look at the United Kingdom, that tight matrix control is still in place in the United Kingdom. And it's moving in America. And I've got people in the UK saying to me, how are we going to deal with this? Look what they're doing. They've already started, trials for the vaccines. They started yesterday.
And I've been trying to explain this to people in the UK.
And I'm repeatedly saying to them what the nine tell me, which is all eyes on America. What happens in America affects the rest of the world. America first, the rest will follow. So what that means is Trump is going to, or the team, the Trump team, that structure around him is going to do something. It's some kind of announcement or move or strategy, I don't know what, that is then going to send a ripple effect out. And then these little matrix, last vestiges of that control will all start to loosen.
Israel left for last, he said, but that's what I mean. We're just waiting. Ripple effects.
That's going to be quite freeing for spiritually aware individuals, because we are waiting for this. We know about it. We've trained for it. It's not going to be easy for the people who are over on the other side, locked in the false narrative. It's going to be difficult for them, because what's happening now is going to be even more intense for them when this thing happens. And it may be a series of things that occur, but it's all to do with Trump dismantling things. Like, only
Mainstream
yesterday
media.
he made a comment about light and heat and disinfectant in the body, which they leapt on and turned that into some spin in the media, making him look like he was suggesting we need to inject Dettol into our arms.
And
But
he
of
didn't
course,
mean that.
what that's done, that's sort of clamping down on Trump and picking at his words and
Can't argue with that. It's been proven time and time again. What happens in America will happen around the world. Exactly.
completely twisting them. What that's actually done is actually brought out of the woodwork all the natural healers, everyone who understands about substances that cause a disinfectant type of situation in the body, like, for example, iodine and grapefruit seed extract and those sorts of things, and the heat and the light.
I put iodine in water sometimes.
And violet light therapies and oxygen therapies and sunlight. And so all of these.
There's oxygen therapies, we need to breathe more deep, but there's therapies because we need to look into that. The sun, again, like I was saying at the beginning, the sun is a disinfectant. That's why Trump was saying what he was saying, but he makes it like he says things so it looks like he said something wrong, so the media jump on it and then start reporting on it, and then people want to look into it. That's how it works. But we all know natural sunlight, certain things that they'll say are not good are actually good.
These suppressed medical therapies are now out in the fore, and it just seems to me that every move the cabal make to tighten down creates a counter move.
Right.
Creates, and everything is.
He's a great chess player. I don't know if they say fourth dimensional chess player. It's a counter move that he does to bring down mainstream, lamestream, mafia media. Sets a trap and they walk straight into it every time, like they've just done with this one. Then people want to go and look at it. Then they're realising, oh, hang on a minute, we've got these technologies.
Flipping, everything is becoming, is backfiring on them. And so with the vaccine thing, I see this happening.
That's why I said with the chemtrails, they've been spraying shit, whatever it is, to hide the sun so we don't get proper sunlight. Now this year, with all this going on, we've had sunlight at the beginning of the year, like strong, especially for the UK, really good sunshine. Feels like the real sun, coming through past all these chemtrail shit things, whatever they were. And we're getting what we're supposed to have because we're like plants. We like photosynthesis. It's not just plants, it's animals, plants, everything. We need it. Yeah, 33, it's gone up to 35 again. Oh, it's been in chat. Oh, it's been in chat.
Even more, the more they try to insist we have a vaccine,
That's a validation for me right there.
the more the awareness about the damage in vaccines and the awareness about natural health is going to come forward. And we can see that happening right now. So at the moment, we've got this split between the people in the false narrative and the people that are aware, and that is this two-world split. And I see that remaining as this bifurcation, as this
Two-world
two.
split,
But then as
parallel.
Trump and the team around him and others come up, I mean, it's not just Trump, it's the light team coming up together across the planet at the same
Remember, on the bottom of the Q map, it says Palladian Guidance. That's all I'm saying. Palladian Guidance, Palladian Alliance, or whatever.
time. As that works together in synchronization, more and more people will have their eyes opened from this group within the false narrative and will start to move over.
And I'm seeing
Once
it.
that gets to a
I'm
tipping
seeing
point, a critical mass,
Critical mass.
then that's kind of game over, really. And that is kind of happening now, really. We're almost at that.
Yeah, scientists at Homeland Security said at Friday's POTUS presser that sunlight is a disinfectant, Trump is a genius. Exactly, he is a genius. That's why I've been saying lockdown. We're all in lockdown. What do you go and do? Well, you can get out and you can go for a walk in the in the sunshine. That's why they wanted people staying in the houses. Don't do this, yeah, but you can go in your garden. It's been brilliant because people are having barbecues. They're sitting in the garden. They're chilling out. You're healing in the sun. 33 in the house. You're healing, disinfectant, like getting rid of stuff we don't even know because it's like burning off us, sort of thing. So
Tipping point, I feel.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And it's a hard one to talk about, just the Trump administration and what's going on there. But it's very, very
so much shit off people, and I mention Trump all the time and Q. So much crap, they don't even understand what's going on. I know it's past that, but it is a side of the side that's helping.
obvious with how much he calls out fake news, how much he's been targeted.
I also see water because when we had a lot of it, I also see rain as a cleansing thing.
Picked on and almost removed that. I mean, this is such a fortunate thing to have somebody like him in office and to have the Q drops and I don't care, what people think of it because,
Neither do I.
those
Neither
that
do
really
I.
support Trump and the Q thing, really, I don't find they're giving their power away to it. I feel like they're the ones that are calling out the human trafficking, the
People always say you don't understand it. You're giving your power away looking at that. You're giving your power away for what? Like she said, shouting out human trafficking. No, it's not. It's people shouting it out so people can see. Just what she just says there, and that's why I don't care what people think of that because they're the people that don't normally go and have a look at it. They're the people that don't want to know. Even though other people can say, yeah, that's not what you're supposed to be focusing on. No, but you're supposed to be aware of it, and then you can go and focus on other stuff. You just don't stay in it. And I've said that, and I've said that, and I've said that.
crimes against humanity, and it's allowed that activation of whoa, and the warrior energy is unstoppable. I mean, the thing is, we're all like protecting the children. We're protecting our world. We're
Can't be
protecting
swept under the
sacredness
carpet anymore.
of soul and partnership and love and union and unity and community. And so the fire that exists within us to not allow those things to be threatened is lighting up all over the place because even if people don't quite understand what's going on, there's an inner voice that is going to stand up for that person and say, wow, you're about to get more, enslaved. I mean, I don't think anybody can agree to any of this without recognizing that the old world was a facade that they might have not felt enslaved by because it was all wrapped up in a package on the outside that, this is just, here's the Hollywood industry, here's the political world, and yes, humans go to war and this and that, but understanding, the cabal, how it owns both sides of these parties, there's something that has cracked open where it's not even about that anymore. It's about taking down the deep state. This administration is not so much about the politics. It's about ending corruption on the planet.
Exactly.
And so when that facade begins to break in people.
I've said before, I'm not going to go on now because you can go and listen to the end of that because there's loads in it. But this is what I've said and said. I've said it's nothing to do with politics. Someone had to get in somewhere, especially in America. Look at America. Happens all over the world. Had to be America. Somebody who looked like a fool, who looked like a celebrity at one stage, up there who knows shit but hasn't stepped over the red line, something had to come in somewhere. And then people go, it's politics. No, it's not. Nothing to do with politics. They've had to get in there to break that politics side down, and maybe things will come in that new way, but in the end it will drown out and it will be something else. But it had to come in somewhere. Doesn't look like, why does it have to come in there? Why don't they do it like this? Why don't they just shout it out on the mainstream media? Know who the mainstream media is, know that that's what's going for as well. But it's also there for people to research themselves. People aren't going to believe it unless they research it themselves. That's what it's all about. Yeah, we are the ones we've been waiting for, exactly. So where we go one week wall, we are the ones we've been waiting for. For anyone out there who keeps saying that Trump and Q, people are saying it's a saviour on the QAnon people. I've never said that. Never said that. There's people who do put that out in the videos, and that's where people get triggered. I've never said that. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We needed a guidance. We needed a bit of help. Yes, we did, because this has been in for God knows how long. So yeah, we needed a bit of help to break through those barriers of those elites at the top. Can't do it yourself. But we've been doing it all together. So no, we never said that. And people who are saying that out there need to stop saying it because you're putting people off. We're saying we are the ones we've been waiting for. They're giving power back to the people. So we rise. So we stand up. So we get our wings, just like Magenta Pixie said. So we fly above it all. We can see bird's eye view what's going on with the polarity of stuff. Anyway, waffling on. Gonna go now because I need to go and sort some of my stuff out I was doing. I just felt like I needed to come and have a hang on. No. Hello? Yeah. Sorry, phone call. Real life. Yeah, I'll do some card pull and then I'm gonna go. But please check out the rest of Laura Eisenhower and Magenta Pixie. I've not watched it all, I've just watched that bit up to where we've just watched it to. But that's for people who might not understand about that, and I'm just like, oh my god. I just love all of the Vibe Tribe people. I love all you lot in chat, just think brilliant. I'm just glad I can come over and talk to people that understand what we're waffling on about. So let's do a card pull. Yeah, make Earth great again, that's all I'm saying. But I just feel a bit buzzy today, like happy. Oh, sorry, battery died. Much love and light. Yeah, and look at you all in chat. Not seen that many trolls about, have you? I saw one before, but so I just thought I'd come on in the daytime so you know I've not disappeared. And then I'll be back in the week. Like I said, if you've seen any of my bags and stuff, go over to Instagram, Janine Flannery, Dolly Daydream, and you can message me there if you've seen anything or you see anything over the next couple of weeks that I'll be bringing. But I've just got to go and work on something in a minute. Thank you, Dolly. We love you. I love you all too as well. I'm just glad people don't feel alone in it all, because that many people are talking about it all over alternative channels, and it's, I just feel it in the air anyway. You can feel it. You can feel it. Don't you? I haven't even been looking at anything and I'm feeling it, especially with the light thing, with the disinfectant light thing with Trump. I'm just so happy. I was talking about light medicine the other week and saying, if you remember weeks ago, it's a disinfectant. It's a disinfectant, and then they come out with it. So that's all I'm saying. Oh, 3 cards have fell out all at the same time. So there you go. So it's, oh, there we go. So it's trust the niggle. What is niggling feeling trying to tell you? My niggle is just trust. I just know there's something good coming. The next one is priestess. Is how are you being called to step up and lead? I'd say lead with your heart, like I was saying to my sister today. I said, you just have to talk your truth. Don't be scared of talking your truth, because she went, oh, sometimes I just want to say. I said, you don't have to do it in a nasty way. I've done it. I've got triggered before. It's just food grade hydrogen peroxide kills everything. Food grade. What do you mean? I know about hydrogen peroxide. What do you mean doing with it? And I said to her, just speak your truth. People think you're mad, you think you're nice, but you have to speak your truth, you know? You have to speak your truth. A lot of people aren't speaking truth, they're speaking regurgitation of the mainstream media. It's not that they're looking into anything. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, funny enough, we talked about 33 before, seeding the light. It's them little seeds that you plant, so we don't have to go mad. Laying foundations, because that's what's happening, for the divine plan. I personally, we go on about the cube plan, but I personally trust the divine plan. That's part of stuff after that. It kills viruses, fungus. Yeah, Chris Matt, what do you mean? What do you do with it? I know, is that the one you get that you can put on cuts and things? What do you mean? Put it on stuff, drink it, eat it. Yeah, amen, exactly. So that's a beautiful thing. And then I've got another card deck. So yeah, what do you do with it though? You can get it in bottles, can't you? Do you mean this stuff? Just hang on 1 minute. I haven't actually got any in it, and I don't know what percentage it has to be. This is like 3%. Ooh, this stuff. Oh, medical grade and food grade. What does that? Is this not? What do you do with it? What do you do with it? I'll have to look into it. So glad people woke up to Hollywood bullshit. Exactly. Agreed, I know. Wait till it all comes to light. Yeah, exactly. I'm just doing the wisdom of the hidden realms. Not done this one for ages. Yeah. No, it's a different kind. You mix it with water and drink it. It isn't normal. 35%. Oh, 30 right. I'll have a look into that. I'll have a look into the food grade. US collaborating like this is so much better than stupid Hollywood bullshit. Exactly. Got our own shows going on, haven't we? So, oh, one card's fell out. I'll do 3. Oh, I like that one. Oh, it's the number 7 as well. Just say it's the number 7. You know, 7 follows me around everywhere. Had to be the first one out. 7 heavens, 7 rays, 7 everything. You know, 7 days of the week. Blah 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 blah. I'm going after this. So let's see. Oh, I'll take the first one off the top because there was too many. Then 43. Oh. And one more. What we've been talking about as well. Oh, and it's 43, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7 again. 7 wonders of the world, exactly. 7, everything. You can't get it this country, the right grade cure. Probably have to get it off from America or something, you know, I don't know. It'll all come in though, all these new things. Right, oh, ooh. Oh, these are nice cards. So we've got Well, the Watcher, Wisdom, Power of the Divine. Was that not what we were talking about before? Trust the Divine Plan. And it's number 7. And then the second one was The Word Lord, Communication, Praise, Dishonesty. You think about it, we're all communicating, and it is massive that with the communication that they don't want us to have free speech, and we're the praise. I sort of see that as how would you put that? Not that we need praise off people, it's just good when you're getting validations off everywhere, of everyone coming together and realising a few things of, and then it says dishonesty, but it's like of the dishonesty, communicating about the dishonesty of the what do you call it, well, what's the word, the corruption, the dishonesty that's been going on. And then at the third one was the eyes of beauty is positive expectations and clarity. Oh my God, and it's 25 and it's 7 again. I'm not joking, it's 7, 7, 7. It's 25, so it's 5, 6, 7. I am not kidding. 25, 43. We haven't got a tapper in the house today. Tapper 7, 7. So 4, 5, 6, 7, and 7. So all them numbers, if you know about numerology, are all 7, 7, 7. So there you go. But yeah, the last one, positive expectations. Why have a negative expectation? That's what they want you to do. Clarity. So I would suggest you go and watch Laura Eisenhower and the lovely Magenta Pixie. Like I said, I've got the books of Magenta Pixie. I will be reading them. Yeah, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, exactly. So I will, and I'm not doing Illuminati sign, people, or going like this. This is a PowerPoint of when you're talking. I would say focus. Could say that at the end, Namaste, and people be like, it's like, no. So yeah. Oh yeah, thank you. And Effie, I don't normally ask, but if you'd like to make a coffee donation, my PayPal email is down there that Effie has put in live chat if you want to make a coffee donation. It's up to you. And I will be seeing you all soon in the week. Hope you enjoyed that. I just had to bring that to you of that lovely Magenta Pixie and the lovely Laura Eisenhower putting all that together. I haven't listened to all of it yet, so I will listen to the end bit, but I just heard the beginning and thought it's going to be a good show. Want to share it with you. Like I said, I'll be showing you more of my artwork. We've got fridge magnets coming in the next week or so, because some things I've got to order and all that, you know, with orders at the minute with stuff like getting stuff from some places, some things are going to take a bit of time, so they'll be there when they're there, but I can get on with some designing anyway. Yeah, maybe t-shirts and things in the future, which will be nice. So I will see you all soon. Thank you. And I'm feeling very energetic today. So I'll see you in the week. Have a lovely rest of the Sunday. Yeah, thank you, Candy Cane. And I'll see you soon. Where we go one, we go all. Bye.